Okay, now this is for all of my very inflexible yogis or people who, the comment I get so often is, oh, I can't do yoga because I can't touch my toes. And my response to that is, man, when I started teaching yoga, I couldn't touch my toes. And it was only until I discovered these nuanced, energetic actions for the body that it unlocked my hamstrings, my lower back in a really safe but also strong, activating way. So here are just some like key magic pointers that have changed any forward bending action or posture for me that I apply all the time, all the time. And it really puts you in deep connection with your body, with the different aspects of the leg as well. Okay, yeah. So, comfortable standing position, wherever you are. Feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Yeah. And then just fold forward, as you regularly would. And just notice the feeling in the knees or the lower back, the shoulders. Where is it restricted or tight? And then fingertips to the ground, halfway lift, and take a little bend of the knees. You can relax the elbows on to the thighs. Yeah. So step number one, start with the feet. For a forward bend, like Uttanasana, what we're doing here, we want the toes or the thighs to be slightly internally rotated. Yeah. So instead of toes out, like a lot of us will generally do, pull the toes slightly in. Toes slightly in more than the heels. So the outer heels kind of go just beyond the baby toes. Yeah? Inner thighs lift up, and your inner legs, inner thighs, roll them in and back. In and back. And you can even touch front of the thighs, roll back. Okay? So this sends the inner thighs back, and feel this little lift and broadening of the buttock bones as you do that. Yeah? Inner thighs back, buttock bones lift and broaden. Yeah? All right, next, hands to the pelvis. Lift the buttock bones up. So think about, what's that cartoon, like Daffy Duck or something? Really arch the lower back and let the belly go. You know, in freaking society these days, we're always told to contain, hold, cinch, right? But just for this exercise, let the belly go and allow the sacrum to move up into the body. Does that make sense? Sacrum up into the body and then relax down. Tilt the pelvis forward, lift the sacrum up. Keep a little bend in your knees. That'll make it easier. Back, up, back. So this action is like key to unlocking the forward bends. Yeah? So we go back to the feet, heels in line with the baby toes or slightly wider. Roll the inner thighs back and lift tailbone up. Okay? Now locate your buttock bones at the pointy parts here, and buttock bones lift up with the sacrum and they start to broaden. So move away from each other, spreading the back of the thighs. Okay? Now already this position here with this arch of the lower back, this rolling in of the thighs, this will take you so much further forward than just rounding and folding from the hips. Yeah? So let's try. Inner thighs roll back, tilt the tailbone up, pelvis forward, forward, create the back bend, the arch in the lower back. Yeah? Extend the lower back forward and come down halfway. I want you to stay here, but imagine you're forward bending, okay? Start to straighten the legs, but suck the kneecaps up. Make the legs really strong. Tone the thighs. Keep that, but roll the inner thighs back. Buttock bones spread wide. Tailbone goes up, 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 like more than you think. And there's this area here between the buttocks and the back of the legs that honestly I never knew existed before forward bends. But I want your buttock bones to lift off of the back of the legs. Yeah? Buttock bones lift away from the back of the thighs, front of the thighs to the back of the thighs. Roll the inner legs back, but keep sucking the kneecaps up. Strong legs, strong legs. Yeah? So if we just roll in, the knees tend to collapse in, but keep the knees pressing back and out. Good, inhale. Okay, now keep this lower back curvature, tailbone up, up, up. Do you see how arched my lower back is here? Yeah, compared to this. Lift the buttock bones. And then fold. Catch the elbows ragdoll. Now take a moment to just transition through these movements. So bend the knees, relax, just fold. And then, keeping the heels in line with the baby toes, suck the kneecaps up, roll the inner thighs back, lift the buttock bones away from the back of the legs, sacrum up, and extend the lower back down. Maybe you even catch the ankles and slightly pull. Now, to prevent this overstretching, I need you to squeeze your knees. All four sides of the kneecaps lift up, thighs strong, really tone the muscles here, but keep broadening through the back of the pelvis. Last breath. And release. Press into your feet and stand all the way up. Oh my goodness. Okay. Step feet together. Yeah. Turn to the long edge of your mat and take a wide-legged stance. We do the same thing, but feet wide. Yeah. Toes in, heels out. So this internal rotation of the legs. Suck the kneecaps up, roll the inner thighs back, and same action with the sacrum. Lift the lower back up. Arch the spine, yeah? Halfway fold forward. Now suck the knees up. Don't let the knees be weak. Suck up. Tailbone tilts forward into the body. Hands to the ankles, and then bend the elbows, pull, stretch the lower back down. And just keep applying those actions. Suck the knees up, lean forward, tailbone up, buttock bones lift off of the hamstrings. Keep going up, up, up. Broaden the back of the thighs. Space in the lower back stretch down. And come back up. Ooh. Okay, sit down. We do a couple more just seated this time, but same actions, yeah? Hands underneath the buttock bones. So now, if you had no idea where your buttock bones were, yeah, you can really feel them underneath the hands. It's like, ooh, ouch. Spread the buttock bones wide. Yeah. Hands to the inner thighs. Roll the inner thighs down. Okay. Hands to the pelvis. Lift the sacrum, this one, just underneath the lower back. Sacrum lifts up. And let the knees bend. Yeah. Sacrum lifts up. Pelvis tips forward. Fingertips to the ground. Okay. Now this might be enough for a forward bend. This action in the lower back is priceless. I want this prioritized. Yeah? If this is lifting, yeah, and you're sitting on the front edge of the buttock bones, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, push the back of the knees down, suck the thigh bones up, but keep lifting the lower back and broadening your buttock bones. Yeah? Now lower back stretch forward, chest forward, inhale. Maybe lean forward, catch the ankles or the feet or the hands behind the feet. Now the knees want to slightly bend, push the back of the knees down. Suck the kneecaps up, roll the inner thighs towards the ground. Broaden the buttock bones, lift the tailbone, lift the sacrum, lower back forward. Don't lose the knees. And release, come up. Last one, yeah? Bend the knees, turn to the long edge of your mat and take a wide-legged seated stance. Hands underneath your buttock bones, manually adjust the flesh, yeah? Especially if you've got a fair amount. Fingertips underneath your chest or in front of the mat. Now take a little bend in the knees. Yeah? We want the back of the knees to completely contact the mat. Press down. Yeah? And as you press down firmly, this is automatically going to squeeze and tighten the kneecaps and tone the front of the legs. Yeah? Now think about the legs belonging to the pelvis. So pull the leg bones in towards the pelvis. Same action here. Yeah? Lower back lifts up. Sacrum lifts up. Top of the pelvis or front of the pelvis tilts forward. Okay? And just do that a couple of times, forward and back. Yeah? Forward and back. If this position is like, oh my gosh, no way can I move my pelvis, take a cushion, a block, and sit up onto the block. Yeah? You want to be on the front edge of the buttock bones and forward and back with the pelvis. So this movement, we are a culture of sitting, right? Often we're very frozen. Yeah? And this correlates to digestion. Ladies, menstrual cycle pain as well can get really stuck and stagnant here. Feelings of lethargy, of depression, heaviness, stagnation. Just moving the pelvis like this and isolating it from the rest of the torso is not only so healthy, it is just so essential, so essential. So the movement will be small at first, but trust, yeah? Trust. Okay, pelvis tilts forwards, press the back of the knees down. Now suck the thighs up into the pelvis, lift the lower back, breathe in, and then any amount, come forward, any amount. But as you come forward, don't lose the knees. Don't let yourself fall into bad habits. I've been there. Push the back of the knees down. It's not worth it. Suck the knees in towards the pelvis and lift the lower back up. Lift the lower back up. Good. But this one's tricky. As you lift up, lean forward, keep the toes turning back. Oh. So it is quite an external rotation in the thighs, but we're still applying all those little micro adjustments from our forward bends. Yeah? Breathe well. Okay, extend the lower back forward, suck the kneecaps down to the ground. Stretch. And come up. Catch the back of your thighs, knees to your chest. Nourishing hug. Yeah. That is all. I seriously hope that changes your, either your life or just your forward bends at least. And feeling this really like beautiful opening in the back of the body, but not this fear of overstretching or tearing hamstrings or knees, because that just means bad technique, incorrect technique. This is a way to enliven the body and still create strength as well as flexibility to create this buoyant space of aliveness in between.